Hi and welcome to BooksBeautyKendra. I'm Kendra and today I wanted to do the eyeshadow palette tag 5000. That's a tongue twister. Anyways, let's get into the questions. First one is palette you wore on a special occasion. I haven't had really any special occasions, like major special occasions, so I'm just gonna go with my most recent occasion, which was my best friend's birthday, which was a couple weeks ago. I wore Unearthly Cosmetics Fairy Frolic palette, or palette if you're my mum. This is what she looks like. Can you see? It's very pretty colours. It's like pinks and greens and goldy colours. I love it. Okay, so the next question is palette you love but is repetitive. I don't have many like bigger palettes that could be seen as repetitives. The closest one I could think, which wasn't really repetitive, but it was In the Springs by Colourpop, but it's not really repetitive. It's like 12 pan or something, so not enough space to be repetitive, but yeah, couldn't really think of any, and the dog's going crazy out there. Right, number 3, palette you got your money's worth. That has to go to Natasha Denona's Sunrise palette. Look, you can see everything. Ooh. Can you see that? That's a palette that's gotten loved. Used so much. I love it. I love the warm tones of it. I love the pinks. I love the oranges, the purples, all of it. The bronziness, it's so good. I have a couple of go-to looks that I do with this one that I quite enjoy. It's very bright, and I love bright or grungy. Just colourful. I love colourful, and it ticks that box for colourfulness. Number 4, palette that is an amazing deal. I haven't got one. I've got a brand, and that is Colourpop. I'll just show you my most used palettes. So I've got the Child palette, which looks like this. This is very much used. I use this quite a lot. Usually once a week or once every 2 weeks I use that, and with the amount of palettes I have, that is a lot. Next I have In a Trance, which, well, the last one was more like, you know, the greens and the olives and the earthy tones, that sort of thing. This one's very much Electric Fairy. Can you see how much I've used some of these shadows? There's a big dent in them. Insane. And lastly, this one's newer, but I love it still, and that is the Harry Potter one from Colourpop. And look at all these beautiful colours. They're so big. No, it's not repetitive at all. I just love it. Look at that. Not a shadow to be repeated. Not even like these two, which look the same. This one's more orange, this one's more like yellow. The orange. Well, this one's more gold in person. That one's the yellow and orange. All of those are really amazing deals. Check out Colourpop if you have not. They have good quality most of the time. And I love their colour story, so it's a win-win for me. Quad you love and wish was a larger palette. That goes to the Kaleidos Glowing Iris palette. Looks like it has like a little uterus on it, which is just like weird. Anyways, this is it. I love me some purples, and these are quite lovely, cool toned purples. It's not my favourite palette by Kaleidos. That is the Futurism 6 Lunar Lavender, which again is purples, but like more lilac-y purples, the more pinky purples, and it has like browns, had the purple undertones. It's amazing. I love that one too. Number 6, you love the quality of the eyeshadow but hate the packaging. Hate is a very strong word. I do not agree with that word in this context. I don't like the packaging per se, but I don't hate it. I just think it's a bit much. And that is the Christmas Eve. Oh, where did I go? Anyways, Christmas Eve palette by Odin's Eye. Show you what it looks like. It looks like this. Very pretty. So many beautiful colors. I love the quality of the Odin's Eye. This is one of my favorite palettes as well. Looking at all these palettes just makes me want to do so many eye looks with them. It's amazing. Number 7 is show your dream palette with singles. I don't have many singles. Like I have a couple ColourPop singles that are just laying about. But if you go onto Lethal Cosmetics website, you can do this thing where you make your own palettes, whether it be face palettes, eye palettes, whatever. I made, of course, an eye palette, and it gives me beautiful fairy vibes. It says conform only to your own standards. That's cute. Haven't read that before. This is my palette that I made. It's got my yellows and pinky purplies and blues and greens, and I think it just makes me feel like a fairy whenever I wear it. So I love it. Is good. Next, palettes you like to combine together. I'm not really much of a combiner. I like to stick with the one palette and see where that takes me. Otherwise I become overwhelmed. Too many choices, sorry. And yeah, I just tend to stick with the one. Maybe I could try like a palette bingo one day. Ooh, that could be fun. Let me know if you want me to do a palette bingo where I just pick out some random palettes and then do random number generators and create a look out of the shadows that I pick from that. That'd be cool. But yeah, like I said, I don't really combine palettes really. The only reason I would combine palettes is if a palette didn't have any highlighting shades. For me, a ghost or a vampire, whatever you like to call me, and so I need really light shadows and sparkles to highlight my inner corners. Next, large palette you wish was smaller. Plate Jewel by ColourPop. Oh, you can't even see what this is. Anyways, I think there's a lot of really pretty colours. There's also a lot of neutral colours which I don't think was needed in a jewel tone palette. And don't get me wrong, I really love crystalline. But this whole row and some of this row don't really need it. I mean, I use it if I wanted to make it look not so colourful and more wearable. But yeah, I just kind of sometimes forget about this because it's so large and just has unnecessary shades. Well, I personally think are unnecessary shades, but yeah. Lucky last, number 10. Eyeshadow palette you wish had a matching face palette. This one. Just imagine with me. This is Lure, by the way, by Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Imagine the colours. This colour here, I love to make as a highlight. Love it, love it, love it. So imagine the highlights, like the blues and the green highlights, and then you get the blush, which is like pink, bright pink or purpley, or do something really fun with it. I think it'd be amazing. Look at all that. Look at all these amazing colours you could get on your face as well as your eyes. I mean, even if I just do like a bunch of highlighters that are these tones, like get like a clear base and just sparkles, I think that would be amazing. Like no base color, just sparkles on your cheeks. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. That was the Eyeshadow Palette Tag 5000. I hope you enjoyed it. I am wearing a beautiful new Paramount jumper. I love it. I think it's amazing and it's so nice and warm in this cold days. I mean, people in the northern hemisphere, they're over summer. I'm starting to get over winter, and it's almost the end of winter, so good. Good. Anyways, if you've made it this far, let me know if I should do the palette bingo or not, and if I do, I will have a think about which palettes to include. But yeah, or you could do like the manicure emoji or the sparkles emoji. Oh, do the sparkles emoji. I love that emoji. It's so pretty. Anyways, I hope you're having a nice day, having a nice weekend, all that stuff. If you've made it to the end of the video, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, all that jazz. And I shall see you next time. Bye-bye!